Baby, no one's coming to save you, baby girl. Nobody. Y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Ashley. This is My Sweet Perspective. The beautiful lady over here is Tyra over at Struggle Reviews TV, and we are back to talk Love is Blind Season 9, episodes 10 and 11, which they're playing in our face because why are you dragging this out? The wedding should have been this week so we can get this crap wrapped up and out of the way. But alas, next week will be the final episode, and then, of course, I believe a reunion after that. But Tyra, how are you today? Are you ready to get into these shenanigans?
Girl, yeah, I'm fine. I could go rollerblade. Having a good time.
Girl, please. Or drive the snowboard, snow machine, snowmobile while he holds on to you in the back. Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus. I can't lie. There was stuff that happened in these episodes, so I'm definitely ready to get into it. But Tyra, before we get in, you know how we do it, couple by couple, what were your overall thoughts? Again, you're the OG. You've watched since season 1, and I know it's been such a departure, but what did you think of the fittings of what did you think overall thoughts of episodes 10 and 11?
It would be really nice to be able to root for at least one of these couples. Just one. Just one. Everybody's dynamic is so damaged and broken and toxic that I really I really want to know what the process is. I think that we're not doing whatever homework we were doing initially to match these people up or just get contestants otherwise. I think they're picking people. I think they are hand picking. Like, okay, you get a car, you get a car. Everybody gets a car. Everybody's just going. Maybe your social media, different status, and it also feels like we're digging into more so negative traits and considering those ratings more than anything. Like, who's the most damaged that we can put here that might get picked? Yeah, oh yeah, let's give them camera time. Oh, somebody picked them. Okay, the fittings were the fittings. Beautiful gowns.
Were
Beautiful
they?
gowns.
I was unimpressed by the wedding gown selection, Tyra. I said, at least we'll get fashions.
Remember that last time after they let what was her name? The one who's she's pregnant by Ollie now.
80.
Once they let 80 come bounce when they gave her that cheaply number, like I've been done with it since that season, and we let 80 walk down the aisle in that thing. Yeah, it's just a group of undesirables.
That's exactly what it is.
I really hated that it seems like these 2 episodes were so centered on toxicity and disrespect, and we're just supposed to swallow it as normal, and these are the woes that we're getting through before we get down the aisle. No, this is awful.
It was. I mean, overall, I'll say, if nothing, I did have some moments of joy in this, but most of it was cringe. Again, this is just a highly cringe situation. This is squarely for ratings and just to see how bad they can have people crash out. I've had DMs all day about production and their practices over there, and we'll get into a little bit of that stuff, but the contestants being prodded with alcohol and all of this stuff, which causes them, I guess, to act a certain way, certain people being coerced in certain ways, allegedly, to do certain things. But it is so unethical to me. All of it. But I got some clarity about who some of these people really are, in my opinion. So Tyra, without further ado, let's get into it. And let's go over here because this man's sister reached out to me on the TikTok in my inbox. So let's get over here because, baby, I feel what I feel. All right. I think what I think. I know what I know. But I've been going on about allegedly, in my opinion, Joe be doing different stuff. And this episode was no different. The way this man couldn't stand still, the way that he was shifty, the way he was walking back and forth, the way he couldn't finish a complete sentence was off-putting for me. So I did my little short videos that I do. And the sister came on and said, I 100% can tell you Joe wasn't on anything during filming. Just think of the anxiety that you would have filming with cameras and trying to navigate if this was right or not. And the lack of the emotion during the breakup may have been caused by the fact that they could have to refilm if they with the cameras not around. Okay. I said, I hope that's the case, but it's giving something completely different. He's my brother, so trust me, I know. I said, so tell me, what's wrong with him? Is it just the cameras or is he like this in real life? I'm so confused. It's totally the cameras and the stress the producers put on him. It's a show, and so they want you to finish out the process for the sake of the show. So I commend him on making the choice to finally end it. And I said, well, okay, sister. I still feel how I feel. And I do put allegedly in my opinion on it, but I still don't trust him. So anyway, episodes 10 and 11, of course, we see Madison and Joe. He's like, oh, I still don't see how you're so confident in this situation. It's just, he said, I kind of just don't know. And I'm kind of mad that you feel this way. But I believe in this episode, we meet Madison's family and they're as giggly as she is. No discernment at all. They said, Joe's a nice guy. He's a great guy. I can tell, Maddie. You're going to be a married girl. And I said, did y'all even ask this man a question? I think Mama chimes in and tries to ask him a little bit of something, but it doesn't reach to anything really. Joe was nervous. He was trying to put on his best whatever. But again, he's just whatever. Ultimately, when it's all said and done, they're doing the dress fittings. She gets to that point. He gets to the tux fitting. His homeboys are there and they're like, yeah, Joe's a good dude. Like, aren't you ready, Joe? Man, I don't know. And we see him crumble at this suit fitting where he's like, man, I gotta get out of here. And I was like, does he need a fix? What's going on? He storms out of the room. The friends are chasing him. And he's like, I can't do this. I can't do this for the cameras no more. I can't do it with this. Next thing we see is Madison crying because where is he? Joe left. He's gone. His stuff is gone. And then he comes in digging in his pockets in his hoochie daddy shorts, walking around the kitchen, and he's like, listen, I can't do this. Madison says, but why? Why, Joe? Why? I love you. Girl, it's been 2 weeks, okay? I love you, Joe. Madam, you're not my person. You're never going to be my person. Oh, God, Joe. You really, what about everything we shared? What about the love we made? You said you wanted to put babies in me. And he's like, yeah, no, it's not. I don't feel a thing. I said, are you going to pat her back? Are you going to stroke her? You can't even hug. Just how you feel, Joe. He said, yeah, aren't you glad it's over? Like, whew. I'm glad this is done. Yeah. And so he takes his raggedy duffel bag and he heads on out. And it's done for him. Madison picking up her tears in the closet. It was just, girl, be blessed. Thank God he didn't take you to the altar and embarrass you in front of all manner of family and friends. And at the end of the day, he said that your back was bigger than all outdoors. He never, when she says, so what if we met in real life? You never would have met him in real life because he said your back is bigger than all outdoors. He would have never approached you in real life. I'm not saying Madison is big. I think she's perfect the way she is. I'm saying in Joe's mind, that's how he feels. It was what it was. I was like, what do you want him to do? You want him to pat you on the back? You want him to rub your head? You want him to give him it's not in him to do. He was so relieved, Tyra. The look, that was the sanest I've seen Joe since we've been watching the show. Talk to me, Tyra. Madison and Joe, did it give everything you needed? Talk to me.
Everybody's just so concerning. Maybe Joe didn't show you any vulnerability or a pat on the back or any ounce of concern down on Gullah Gullah Island. He was looking at you strange down there. You're not even hugging me. You don't even care. You're just laughing in my face. Because I think you're doing the most. I think you're a lunatic. Like, what's wrong?
He did. He said, yeah.
Girl, the family. After Joe has set up in this lady face and called her everything except for Big Back Maddie with a bag, she's still on the train. Oh, yes, I can't wait. It's just gonna be so perfect. It's like, so you don't have any concerns. Don't you think you care a little too much? Because I still no, like it's just everything. You're my everything. I've never felt this way about anybody. You're gonna be the first person to meet my family. Me? You sure you want to bring me? Are you sure? Because I don't plan on being here after episode 3, take 7. I don't think you want me to be that one to meet your family. No, it's you. I just know we're gonna be.
Yeah.
And then we met that family, that mom and her BS mirror. I'm a good judge of character. I know I'm good with auras and men, and I can tell. But I know it's you. Oh my God, Maddie. Yeah, Sherman. Maddie's gonna get married. Come on, yay! Make that Maddie, girl. Like we need to know, right? Because you're gonna be there. You're gonna be there to pick up the pieces. She can go blind tomorrow, and you're that guy. Yeah.
No.
It was so
No.
unbelievable. Nothing Joe did was believable. It just,
Ever.
oh my God, it's just getting real. It's just getting real. When he sat there in that family's face and said, I got all the way to the point of mailing some invitations with a previous fiance and I canceled
Can't
literally
do it.
not too long before because I couldn't go through with it. Yeah, but you're not gonna do that to her, right? You wouldn't do that, right? You wouldn't get her all the way there. He's like, nope, I'm not gonna get her to that point. It's a different type of show. Yep, we got how many days until? Yep, I'm gonna just walk out. Child, the way he was like, oh my God, it's just, is the air on in here? It's getting hot. He
It's
said,
so
it's
hot.
getting my top button. It's getting close. Marriage is on my neck. He never wanted Madison. He liked the
Mm-mm.
idea of Madison and trying to progress forward. She's, beautiful, whatever, even though he acts like she isn't. She's established. She has a bag. She has a welcoming family, all these
A
things.
home.
A home that's not a, double wide efficiency. It's not giving, the extended stay. It's not giving extended stay motel. It's like, you know what? I can make fetch happen with Maddie. And it's just like, no, I can't make fetch happen with her. I'm not attracted to you. Your hair's uneven. Meanwhile, this girl was going off about how he was rocking her world, and all. It's just never been that. He's never wanted her, but instead of establishing that or giving her at least some increment of, it's not doing that for me. And I can't even say he's fed into her delusion completely because his behavior is very off-putting to me. But she wants this so bad. It feels like she's
Mhm.
on a time clock because I can go blind at any moment. My family, they've been waiting. I want children. I want marriage. Maybe some of my siblings already have that. I'm going to get it no matter who I have to get it with. Baby Joe was never that person. And he
Never.
knew he wasn't that person. But he showed up and acted like he was going to do it. When he started to hyperventilate and I don't like, girl, I don't like any of this. What is this tux? Where's this damn collar? Or ascot's pin? What is this? Who's wearing this? Who's wearing don't wear this. Who's wearing this? Is that a double busted button down? Is that the style these days? I don't know. I gotta get the hell out of here. I was like, you brought these people down here, Joe. You brought these people down here, and it was just all, yeah, that Joe. He's a good man. I sense a change in him. He wants to be that. He wants to be committed. We could tell ever since he met Maddie. It's just no. It was just no. Then he got there and hopped in the caddy and drove the f off. Girl, he was gone. Didn't say boo to nobody, but you brought us here, Joe. We did it, Joe. You brought us here, Joe. And you just left these people there. The way that he expressed himself when she was waiting, she's like, yeah, no, what? Joe's gone. He's gone. He took his God. Oh my God, he's coming to the door. Wait a minute, Joe. But you gotta say for yourself. Well, I mean, well, what if we had met in a, see you next lifetime outside of this? It would have never been you, Madison. I don't know how we would have crossed paths. I would have probably crossed the street. It would have never been you. Well, what about everything we promised each other? What we were gonna be? Don't you care? Like, what? You're not even gonna hug me? No. He's like, no, because I came to get my stuff and I'm leaving. Sorry, not sorry. He was just so unconcerned with her state. You can't convince me he ever cared about this woman. He
No,
didn't
he
consider
didn't.
her feelings here. He didn't try to console her. He didn't try to course her through. It's not you, it's me. I'm sorry. I let it was just like, oh God. I put up with it as long as I could. I'm sorry I couldn't go through with this. It would have never been you. It's just I can't force myself to make fetch happen. Really? He did her a favor, and if she was paying attention, she would have known that.
Yeah, I think so too. But then the other part of it is you can't, especially a person like Madison, who clearly struggles with some insecurity. And I don't know if it's around the blindness, I don't know if it's around her weight and how she presents or whatever, because clearly they have a different standard of beauty. there, but there was something very insecure and a constant need for assurance from him that he's there, and probably because she felt like in a part of her mind, he really doesn't like me, even though he was having sex with her. I definitely think that was the most cruddy thing he did, because we jest and joke around a lot about Joe, but the worst thing you could have done is to sex this lady on a regular basis, knowing that you really didn't have any intention on doing anything with her, because in her mind she was relating sex to love or affection or the fact that you really did like her, when honestly you were more excited to see Jordan than you ever were to see her. X-Men Super Frost Emma, thank you X-Men Super Fan Emma Frost for the super chat. I said before and I'll say it again, I don't like none of these people and they are all delusional. Jinx Monson would be all like delusion, convince yourself. It's delusion for sure. That could have been the title of this set of episodes, to be honest with you. This was totally delusion and a mess. Before we go on to the next couple, Tyra, anything else on these two that you...
I'm just glad. I'm so glad that, because if this was her emotional state and we didn't make it to the altar, the least he did was not take it all the way there. Because he could have got all the way there and said, well, actually, no. And she would have really been devastated and all the family would have been there. It would have been a whole thing. He shouldn't have slept with her. That was disgusting. But I'm just glad we didn't take it there and we didn't have to see her be rejected at the altar.
I am too, because I think that can be a whole new level of devastation and play on your psyche. But they say Madison now lost some weight, and you know she's that girl, honey, on the IG. That's what the people say.
Wasn't an issue. Her weight was never, well, not to me anyway. But
well, they said she lost weight, so she must have caught wind of it and went and lost some. I don't know if it was Ozempic or what, but they said that she lost some weight anyway. Um, Allie and Anton over here. Where's the tequila? Anton. So basically with these two, and this was so confusing to me. I really felt like most of these episodes, I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone, because girl, how do we you're just gonna go over that, right? You're just gonna glaze over that, like pretend like that didn't happen. Because where's the 12-pack of Coors Light? Where's the bottle of tequila, Anton? Patrick was in my house while I was asleep. What is going on, Anton? You got secrets and lies, and I don't like it. All right. Allie is, proclaimed initially about everything going on with Anton, because you got people over here when I'm asleep. I don't feel safe, Anton. You don't make enough money to put me through all of this. And so they get into this whole spat about the liquor. Where'd the liquor go? He's like, I had one, maybe 2, 3 drinks. Now what? I'm an alcoholic now. And she said, listen, I don't live this life. I don't do this. He says, well, do you cook and clean during the week? She said, no. I don't. I told you that. I don't cook. I don't clean. Let me show you how I get this ring. I don't do any of that, Anton. You're aware. He says, and that's fine. And that's fine for you, sir. Sir. Sir, the deflection is what cemented in my mind that he really does have a problem with this. But we fast forward to her mom coming, who seems like, or his mom coming, excuse me. She seems like a very sweet lady. And they're talking and, talking about how important, just being there for your person is. And if you guys are deciding to be together, then you're just going to make it work. And I think we see her mom at some point, and we get some tea about a sister who's not going to come. They kind of glazed over that a little bit. But ultimately, they're presenting a united front. Like, this is gonna work. They're getting their dress fittings. He's going to get his tux fitted. And I'm like, did we forget the elephant in the room, baby? Because that drinking thing's not gonna go away. It's not gonna go away. And if you got a problem with her keeping a nasty house, Anton, that's just what it is. Tyra, thoughts on Allie and Anton? Did they forget it? Because every conversation was like, to make a relationship work, you just gotta focus. But what about the liquor?
She said, "Ay, mira, pero este tequila. I saw the tequila in the refrigerator."
And the fact he opened the refrigerator, Tyra, to look like, where is that bottle of tequila? Damn it.
I don't know what Anton is trying to suppress. Anton is giving me, from the conversation that we had with the friends, that we did not even address here with him. We didn't say nothing about what the friends said to her in the bathroom or any of that, and what his life was 4 months ago. We just got here, and I don't like the drinking. Now, it didn't seem too alarming at first. It was like, after work, he has a beer. This is different. This is different. It feels like he was, outside and living his best life and kind of partying, a clubber. And since we're not doing that, we're trading that for coming home, drinking as many brews or tequila, whatever we want to, and then we pass now, we going to sleep. It's like, yeah, this isn't that. I have an issue with it. And the way he kept explaining it was just like, yeah, wasn't there some Miller highlight in there? Wasn't there some, what is some what is some Grey Goose? Where's the Hennessy? Huh? Where's the Patron, Anton? He's like, oh no, I'm drinking. You know, you had one or two beers too. What about you? You had, yeah, I have it sometimes, but it was we weren't getting to the bigger issue of why he may be drinking so much in a week time. So he was like, well, yeah. Then he gave the addict mantra. Well, hell, I can stop drinking. I stop drinking all this week.
I can do it for 2 weeks.
Anytime I want to. I ain't got no problem. I can stop drinking tomorrow. I don't need a drink. I was like, hey, yeah, we need to address that. We don't. I thought we would focus on that and focus on her not meeting the standards or qualities that he wants from a wife. It's like, do you cook? What about you don't clean? You don't take out no trash? You don't do nothing. You don't wash no. You don't do anything. Yeah, I don't do that, and I'm not going to. Those are some things that you desire that you're not going to get. We haven't revisited the financial situation, him taking care of her whole lifestyle and her and anything else that she puts on the table, because I'm trying to be kept and I ain't cooking and I ain't cleaning nothing. Are you equipped to do that? No, but we steady going down and we're meeting these sweet mothers. These sweet mothers who, regardless of, the language, they see something and they feel like, my mom was like, oh yeah, he's a change man, Anton. He's serious. He wants this. It's like, does he?
Okay.
And he may actually want this, but maybe not with her. And, vice versa. They may actually have intentions and want to be married or in, full-blown relationships and have fiancés, but I don't think it's with each other. So when we're meeting these mothers and they're saying these great things and giving their well wishes and, giving them the grace and, oh, my boy and my daughter, and they were this, and I'm giving you my blessing. Why? Where are you putting these people through that? These parents aren't, like spring chickens and stuff. Like, these are some older, parents who are from, different backgrounds. If we're talking about faith and religion and Christianity and children, and y'all aren't doing that. You can't tell me you guys are making it down the aisle, or if you are making it there is heavy potential for you both to say no. And if we're there, who's rejecting it? Who's going to step up and say it? Because we're very complacent right now, and we're not even taking them steps yet.
I don't know. It's very they're this is just, to me, I think you're right, because at first I was like, he doesn't want a wife, but he does. He wants a specific type of wife, though. I think he wants like a trad wife adjacent, who's not going to ask any questions, who's going to keep home, have dinner maybe ready for him when he gets back from the club with his homeboy, let him drink his 1, 2, 3, 4 Al Bundy beers at the end of every night and just be contented with that. And Allie is a kept woman, honey. You can tell, you can see it. It's just not, it's not going there. But let's see. Y'all been showing love in the chat, and we appreciate you guys so much. DeMarcus, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Delusion Smex is better than makeup Smex nowadays. Is it? Is it, DeMarcus? Roses Bud, thank you so much for gifting the membership to the Sweet Peas. I appreciate you. If you were the recipient of that gifted membership, please be sure to thank Roses Bud and go ahead and go into the Discord so you guys can access the benefits of the membership. Thank you again, X-Men super fan Emma Frost. I don't care if he is hot. I'm not sitting on the snow. I'm not freezing my A for anyone. I know that's right. I know that's right. And then X-Men superfan Emma Frost came back and gifted 5 more memberships to The Struggle Is Real. We appreciate you. We appreciate you, Betty.
These are things that we didn't talk about in the pods, because they acted like, because even when they were talking to the parents, like, so what did it? What all is like, well, yeah, we had this in common, and, on down at McDonald's and these language barriers. But you didn't get into the type of home that you're coming from, and it's tradition based in the wifely roles and what your expectations would be of her. We didn't talk about none of that. And he meant that, like, you're going to stay at home, I'm going to take care of you, and you're going to, oh yes, you like that, no, I want you to stay home, barefoot, pregnant, probably that's probably something different. Yeah, but yeah, the lifestyle that Allie wants, he's not at all prepared to give that to her.
Yeah, he said he gonna have to get another job, and y'all think people thought he was playing, but I take people for what they say. I know he meant that thing. Like, oh, I got to pay for your Botox too, and your cosmetic procedures, and keep the house, and you don't want to cook or clean while you going to school or working or anything, you know. And it is what it is. And somebody in the comments earlier on socials was like, "Well, you don't understand being a nurse." I understand it. The product, the end result is the same. That stuff's not gonna get done by her, whether she wants to or has an intention, which she clearly doesn't. But even with the 12-hour shift, she's saying she's not going to do it. Y'all going to have to hire somebody. Or, Anton, you're going to have to get that mop in that bucket and get to work. Now we're over here to Sparkle, Meg, and Jordan. And this was very, cut and dry. She gonna cry. She gonna be woo woo. We found out about her houses and numerology and how the numbers got to make sense to her. The number of the house, the street address, and he's looking at her like, "Ho, is you cool?" Like, first of all, I'm gonna raise my kids. We're not getting any nanny, okay? Second of all, I don't live your life. I can't go golfing at 10 o'clock on a Wednesday because I got to take these calls. And ho, when I get off work talking to people all day, I don't want to talk to you immediately. I need a break. I need to decompress. Don't ask me how my day was, ho, and I won't ask you. Second of all, taking Luca to Italy would be a pain in my ace. It does not sound like fun or joy to me. This is your life, girl, and you chose me. You chose them rich men before, and look where that got you. See, it didn't work with them, did it? It didn't work with them, did it? So you might want to give this young thing a try. I think what I saw more than anything in this is that they're just so far apart. And I think people misunderstood us last week, and think that we hate Jordan. I don't hate Jordan. I don't. I think he has mean frat bro energy at moments, but he's not a bad guy in my opinion. My thing is he's been very transparent about where he's at in life, his socioeconomic status, and that he wants to be the leader in his house. And I just feel like they're too far apart. Megan's not gonna lessen her lifestyle, and she shouldn't. And he's not at this moment in a position to elevate his. He's not going to go work for Megan. He's not going to do any of those things. And he wants to be the man of the house and lead something. And I think with Megan footing the bill, that's going to be an impossibility for a man like Jordan. Even after meeting his family, it gave definite traditional vibes over there. It is what it is, but we love Meg. We think she could be great for you, Jordan. Want to reverse that vasectomy. I think they're just too far apart on the spectrum. She lives a whole different life than he does, and she's mad that he can't do it, but he's like, I have real world responsibilities. Tyra, what do you think about Sparkle, Meg, and Jordan?
I'm upset because we've had seasons where we've had people financially, their children, their status, their job, they hide who they are and what they have and how many kids they have. Jordan has been very upfront since the pause with who he is and his expectations and what he has and his son. If I have to hear, what's the baby name? What's his son's name?
Luca.
I have to hear Luca and Legos one more time. That's
Look at
it.
the motto, Luca and Legos.
Luca and Legos. That's all. That's all that it is. He's very content, and he's a man. He works. He's a dad, and Luca and Legos is his first priority. Anything outside of that, you know, Jordan is very. I'm taking it. You know how he's taking it easy, taking it day by day. Just trying to see another day, trying to
Trying
find
to find a
a
better way.
he over there. He over there. He ain't keeping his head above water. He ain't quite there, but we're trying to see the other day. He on some Island Brothers. But Megan, you knew what you wanted. This was her dilemma in the pods initially, because that other man was
Mike.
Mike was giving her X energy. And when she was saying X, she wasn't just talking about his energy, she was talking about his financial status too. Mike had money and he could meet her in that way. And it's like, well, I'm trying to avoid those hurdles that let me here. Let me try something different. I think that she could have gotten both, if not to say it would have been with Mike, but she needs somebody who can meet her financially as well as emotionally to see more. She can't be with a man like Jordan. Jordan is a very basic man. Yeah, very day to day type of man. All the traveling, and we're gonna go to Aspen, and then I gotta be back in Seattle in the couple of, and then just like, yeah, no, I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna do my job, and I'm gonna come home. If that's not going to be enough for you, I don't know what to tell you. Now, that's different. Now, Jordan here, who act like he can't, you can't utter two sentences to me just because you got off of work. No, there was no compromise there. There was no compromise. It's like that's just who I am. I don't want to be bothered with this. Some people want to just sit and watch a movie and that's fine. But Jordan was given, don't talk to me. I don't want to talk. It's like, well, you just give me these one word answers. It's, and okay, and yeah. I want
Yeah.
to know about your day. I want you to ask me about my day. It's like, I'm not that. I'm not that. I just want to lay here and be quiet. I want to watch TV and we want to roll over. Now, when I get ready, which is unfair to Megan, you could bend
Mhm.
a little bit on that. It doesn't have to be that. It could be, okay, well, when I get off of work, we got 30 minutes allotted to my time, your day, and then after that, I just need
To decompress.
decompress. No, it's just like no. If you can't get with that, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna have
Mhm.
to pack my Crystal Light and chicken nuggets and get the hell out of here. It's like what? What? The family and his parents, they were so sweet. All the parents, they were just so accepting.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, so reverse that vasectomy and some more babies. Well, yeah, she's like she's a beautiful, knowledgeable girl. She's good enough to take home to mama. Yeah, bring her on down. Go to marry her. We're cool. Like we don't care either way. It's just not a lot of passion there. But I think that with them being so far apart and Jordan not willing to compromise in some way, it wasn't much give with Jordan. It wasn't like, well,
Mhm.
okay, this would never work for me because of Luca and Legos, but every third month on the 16th, then we can. No, it's just like, no, I don't want to, and I ain't going to. I ain't got that money. Okay, like, and she's not asking about that. She's like, I just want you with me. I think it'll be fun, and we can take this. And then you have Megan here when we're doing the fitting. They were going person by person and referencing, well, how's it going, and what did you do, and how did you get here? Oh, we met Luca, and it was just a lot. It was a lot for me. He has a little connection. He has a
Diabetes.
diabetes. See, bring up that baby's diabetes again.
One more
Just
time.
in reference, like, because my dad had diabetes, so we're here. I understand Luca and Legos and Jordan because of
My
my dad.
person.
It's my person, just based off of some diabetes, man. Get real. But it felt like a undertaking for her, like she was overwhelmed. But it was just one night. It was just one night and one morning. She's like, it's gonna take some getting used to. I wasn't. It was just too much, and it was. He's so little. He's such a sweet little guy. I was like, then you can't break down and be crying every single time. It's just something that she's not ready for. Megan does not give, I want some babies and I want some kids and I want to come home. No, she's trying to be outside and travel and be worldly. And we keep hearing, I worked so hard for this. I worked hard to get here. I worked hard and I got all this. Yeah. Jordan's like, I'm working hard now. And I don't have any
Mhm.
of that. And I don't have the passion or want to even bother to share that with you. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know why she ever thought that this would work. And I don't know why this entire time I thought Megan was in her 40s.
Girl, Pretty Girl said that she was in the 55 plus senior community. And it does give May December relationship. Although she's only 35 allegedly and he's 29. It
35?
is
I thought she said 33.
girl, 35 is what the people
But
said.
even with that, like, it's still very young. Like, I thought she was more like in her later 40s. And when you get
Mm, no.
you're on a time crunch, like, ma'am, you're
Mm.
only like the age. It's not giving that. Like, go find your person. It's not
Yeah.
Jordan.
And I mean, Jordan is satisfied and complacent with where he's at. And I think if she was going to get with someone who was just in a different space, she'd probably want someone with ambition. And here's the thing. I think that everybody deserves love, single parents, all of that. But I think it's a hodgepodge when you are on a show that matches you with nothing but other single people who don't have children. Maybe they should come out with something for parents, for single parents or something, because it makes it challenging if you're not used to that dynamic. And Megan has lived a really self-contained, self-fulfilled type of lifestyle, which she's entitled to. She says she worked for this money. This is my money. You like this money, Marcus? And Jordan just doesn't give a damn about it. He says, I'm simple. I want my Crystal Light and chicken shakes, and leave me the hell alone. And my Luca and Legos. That's all I need to get by. And Rose's Bud, this is the absolute truth. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. All the couples that matched just went off vibes. Nobody asked questions of substance in the pods. Nobody cared about character, values, morals. They didn't care about gender roles in the household, who's going to do what. What do you do after you get off work? Do you want to decompress? Can you or not? Like, these are important questions, and I know they're given prompts to ask. So it just bothers me and boggles my mind every time we have a pod situation and they're just surface. So what do you look like? Are your titties big? Like, what kind of sex do you like? Can I sit on it? I just want to F you all day.
Reagan wanted so badly. Like, it was like she got here when they were having that argument in the closet and she didn't know what kind of money he made. She was like, flying off and getaways and just because gifts and flowers and diamonds are girls' best friend type of energy. Those things matter to me. Like, Jordan can't give you those things, but I think it all came flooding and rushing back. Like, oh yeah, like, did you not consider who he is and what he has? And I don't think she has, because we were on down there at the $2.1 million mansion.
Absolutely. And I think so too, Janet, not the evil lawyer. They won't work. Jordan is dumb and proud, and he won't be okay with a woman having money and riding the couch. Yeah, we know he says he's not going to be a moocher, and that's what he feels like already. Like, when she brought him to that $2 million house and he was like, I can't afford this. Well, you just take out $250,000 loan. He said, I don't even know if I can get that. I work at the service department and I drive a Kia.
Not even that. It wasn't giving romance. It wasn't giving, like, isn't she the one who said, like, I want you to, still court me? Like, can you court? He's like, yeah, I'm not doing any of that. Are you trying to date me? She's like, you say you like fine dining, but I would never know. We never go any damn where, Jordan. Like, where?
Mel, they said it was, what is it? Gas and oil, and then she made a cute coin in damn tech, allegedly. But I think that oil and gas money did come generationally, is what it gave. And I'm not mad, and I won't fault sis for having a cute coin. Like, girl, live your best life. I just think you have to have some sort of self-awareness in moments like this when you're trying to match with a life partner, and you know what your schedule's like. You want to take off at 2 p.m. and be in Barbados for the afternoon and then fly back the next day, and he works at this service department. Like, it's like, use your common sense, sister. Did you use it? But Tyra, let me know what anything else on Megan and Jordan. Who's gonna say what on the wedding day? What do you think?
I think it's gonna be Jordan.
I
think it's gonna be
no. He's gonna be no.
Yeah, I think so. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping that she's not. And I think also the woo-woo and the tarot and the soothsayers and the numerology, I think it's all too much for Jordan. I think it's becoming a bit much. I think he was fine when it was just the dream about the diabetes. But now I think he's like, oh, you really do this to run your life. And I don't think he's a mystic at all. And she probably needs someone more closely aligned with that, or someone who's just open, I think, to that. But so no, did we say Allie and Anton predictions for wedding day? Are they going to say yes?
I think it might be Allie, because she's kind of brushing it to the side. But I think the drinking, along with him not being able to support her lifestyle, whatever that is, I think she's considering that.
Yeah. All right. We'll see. And I really don't know. He's going to say yes. He just seems like, just choose me. You're fine. You look good. I like the way you look. I don't know. I don't get any depth from him at all.
Like, his hair. He had that beard. It's like, what? I don't know. What tequila? I don't know what you're talking about.
Now, the people are mad at me. The people are mad at me on the TikTok, Tyra, and the Instagram, because as my thumbnail said, Nick Jaquavius Lambert over here did what needed to be done this episode. And I'm not talking about anything prior to this point. I don't give a damn about this man politic at this point. I'm talking about strictly what happened on this episode. This is what I want for everyone, especially the women. And you know what that is, Tyra? That is for somebody to lay down a boundary and say, enough is enough. Don't do this again. If you do this again, I can't do X, Y, or Z. And when said action is done again, you stand on big business. And that's exactly what Nick did when By Wig came on here, Tyra, and was crying and under the influence of God knows what. Do you love me, Nick? I just don't feel like you love me, Nick. You're perfect. You're Nick D'Amato, and you can do everything. My name's Molly Singer, and there's nobody in the world better than me. The way that she, I don't. He said, "I told you, right? I told you that the last time you came with this bullshit that I wasn't having it, right? I told you that was the last time. You're not my person. I can't do this with you." Yes, you can, Nick. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. You can do it. He said, one plus one don't equal three. I can make it equal three. Nick, love me. I love you, Nick. I love you. 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 Nick, I love you, though. I built my life around you in these 2 weeks, Nick.
You look like
Nicholas, I can't do it. I can't live without you, Nick. Nick, I need you. Nick said, how long do you want to drag this out, lady? I said, I'm done. Done is done. You did. I told you not to do it. You did it again, and now I'm over it. Oh, Nick, I'm gonna pull my hair out. I got it. Nick. At this moment, Tyra, I said, Nick gotta move. Nick gotta sell the cabin in the woods. Big cabin in little. He gotta sell it. You gotta change your number. You can't just block her. Okay, you can't block that. You gotta. She gave. Hide the knives. Hide the scissors. She's probably got some hiding in that wig, Tyra. I was so disturbed by Annie. Annie is not okay. Annie's not okay. Annie's not okay. The kids are not all right. The way that you're gonna love me, Nick. You can do it. You can do anything. Even love me. You're my husband. You're the one. I don't want to marry anybody else, Nick. Nick, you're my but I love you. This was, I know, crazy as a Betsy bug when I see it. I know a Looney Tune. I know a 5150 when I see it. He's not safe in a family full of men. He is not safe around Annie. Run with the chalupa. But Tyra, talk to me. It was too much for me. It was too much.
Nick met his match. Nick did what needs to be done in this episode. But if you weren't so busy trying to, I'm leaving here with something, and love bomb everybody you were in a pod with until somebody gave you that same energy back and told you what you wanted to hear, because I'm leaving here with something, and I love you. Let me fight for you. I love you. Did you hear what I say? Are you gonna? Well, I can't in confidence tell you that. Okay, fine. I'm gonna go over here with Annie because Annie's giving me everything I need. Annie was crazy. Annie is a lunatic. This is a maniac. This is sugar in your tank. This is brick through your window. This is peeping through your window. This is popping up on dates. She is crazy. Nick did what he needed to do. He chose himself.
Baby, when she said no, Tyra, she said no. No.
No. She's like, you know what? I'm so sorry, about last night when I said, you don't love me. And it's like, because, it really bothers me when you sit there and you gaslight me and you say, I don't love you, I don't care about you. And then you come back. You can't do that again. If you do, that's it. I'm not doing this with you. Okay. Well, last night hush. It's going to be a no for me, dog. It's going to be no. I'm canceling Christmas. We ain't walking down no damn aisle. No. Nick, what do you mean? I love you. When he said, oh, you can't make me do nothing I don't want to do. You can't make me be with you. I don't want to be with you. But what about it? I wrap my whole life around you. I plan about our families. I love you. I'm into you. This was all present in the pod, but she was in there with that other man. With my love of my life, my man, my husband. I want to be as close to you as possible. I need to be reassured all the time. I want to crawl into your skin. She meant every single word of that. Nick heard what he wanted to hear, and we got here, and we ended up with a crazy. This woman is crazy. It was just like, and then it was like a switch. Oh no, I just can't. Nick, what do you want me to do? But I love you. You need to be with me. Give me another chance. You can do it. I know you can. And he's like, no, you can't. What do you want me to do? You want me to just pack her bag or just pack her bag? Like, it just went like this. No, what you want me to pack my things? You just lay this on me. Allow me to get it in. You don't want to be with me. That's fine. That's fine. Whatever.
You're planning this the whole time?
Your plan is sugar in the care. I just hate that we went through this process and you allowed me to believe that you were my person. Crazy. She is insane. This is so troubling. I was like, Nick, get out of there. And Nick is just like, girl, I just wanted to sit down and eat my goddamn chalupa, and here you come in here with these antics. I'm not doing this to you. You are insane if you think I'm going to put up with this. In a relationship, you being hot and cold and crazy all in the same sentence every damn day. The moment I don't reassure, or you're not telling me that you love me, you need to be sure. I'm sure about you. I love you, Amy. I'm here for you. But you're not telling me. I don't believe it. You need to give it to me. You don't love me. I love you, Amy. I'm here for you. But don't say it if you don't. I don't believe you. You don't even care. It's just awful. I didn't mean that, but I love you. Nick, you're my person. Lock her ass up.
It was definitely the I don't need you, but the next I've built my whole life around you, Nick. Thank you, Stop the Madness, for the $9.99 super chat. Her ex spilled the tea on her crazy ace. She had an ankle monitor when they first started dating for DUI and then got arrested for stealing his ID to get into his phone to see who he was texting. It tracks to me, Stop the Madness, allegedly. It tracks. It tracks. I don't run anything by her. Like I said, it was definitely like hide the knives. Like she's going to come and throw stuff at your window. Like it's definitely, she's going to be outside that cabin in the snow, in a snowsuit, waiting for you to come out in the morning or at night. It definitely gives.
Do anything you want to do. You're Nick Jamaica. You can do it.
Just
What's wrong
that
with
was
you, lady?
she ought to be shamed. I hope she has some shame around this. I really do. And finally, I'm gonna let you go with this first, Tyra, because because I just yeah, Calibria, KB, and Edmond. Tyra, go on.
This was so disappointing. Their whole dynamic has just been really devastating. We already had our preconceived thoughts of Edmund and how did he get here? Why is he on the show? Emotionally, he's not equipped to be here. He's very childlike in his actions, his responses is giving that he's on the spectrum. And y'all played in this man's face for ratings. Emotionally, he can't eradicate those things. He can't. He just can't. He's not layered in that way. KB here, Miss Pod, I'ma love him through it, Miss Social Worker. You signed up for this willingly. You put your cape on. Oh, I love that. Oh, yes, I just love. She's a lunatic too. A disrespectful one at that. Because you can say what you want about Edmund and his behavior and kissing the floor and the boogers and that. As far as camera time, we have not seen him disrespect KB in that way and call her out her name. For her to sit here with someone like Edmund and the way that he projects to the world and calling him a B, I really did not like that. I didn't like that. And it was peeking through and we were down at the honky tonk and all of that and get out my face and I don't want to hear that, don't talk to me. It was there and I was like, why does she have to curse or get into that berate mode to get her point across just because she's angry? I understand that you don't like some of the things that he's doing, but I couldn't even meet with her there because she wants him to be emotionally mature where he isn't. When she's like, you're not slow, you're not dumb, you know better. I was like, are you sure? It's not about being slow or being dumb, but he's just not mature in that way. And I feel like Edmund did and gave every single thing under the sun to show you that, and you saw in her what you wanted to. I don't know. I'm just really questioning people's motives and why they're here, from KB to Edmund, and like what's really going on here, because she gives her spew about kind of Edmund maybe being performative, like in front of the cameras, you're acting like everything is okay, but behind closed doors, you're not showing up for me. And that's that. But the way she kind of fixated on like the small things in the comments of like, oh, that must be nice. I wish somebody would say that to me. And like she was really upset about that. And then the whole thing about the Ross and you could have went and grabbed this and could have did. It's just very small things. And if we are blowing up this way, and if Edmund is on the spectrum the way I believe he is, a lot of people who are, especially children, when you get into the berating and the punishment and the nagging and they shut down and they don't talk. They don't. And that's probably what I feel like he's doing. And it's like Edmund already has reasons why we feel like he's not picking up on social cues. Cues. Why aren't you picking up on them, man? Social worker, why aren't you picking up on the social cues of Edmund and why, as smart as he can be at times, some ways immaturity in the level where you want him to be, she's trying to change him into some different man. You acted like you loved so much about me in those pods and who I was, and oh yes, I just love that. I can't wait. Put a baby in me. And then we get out here and she kept bringing it up like this ain't the man from the pods. This ain't the man from the pods. Now,
It's
granted,
exactly the man from the pods.
his emotions and shutting down and acting one way and you're not apologetic and you're not supporting me. But that whole thing of, I want you to be a man, she keeps trying to test his manhood. Well, okay, if this was going on and that happened, what are you going to do when somebody's in my face? When this is going that, so why aren't you stepping? I need you to do it. See, yeah, I like to see that. You see when you take accountability? Yeah, I like that. Like, he's not that. Edmund is not that. I care what other people think. I'm very self conscious and I'm non confrontational. And I have trauma. He told you that. And you knew that. And you get here and you're upset. And I wasn't mad that she was upset. I was mad at how she expressed it. Why would you talk to this man like that? And then you have him. Don't say nothing to me. But I don't want to hear I love you. I don't want to hear I'm sorry. I don't want. And it's like that's the way that he thinks that he can immediately communicate is I'm gonna bring some flowers, I'm gonna bring a gift, I'm gonna bring some skates. But I love you. I want to do this with you. I want to get to the marriage part. I want to get to the marriage part because I want a wife. I may not know how to fully execute things to get there, but I know I want a wife and I want it to be KB because she's probably one of the few women who have gone this far with me. Let's do it. But she wants him to be somebody who he isn't. Now I've seen people say that this is an act and this isn't who Edmund. Okay, whatever. As far as I'm concerned, this is that, and Edmund could never be what she wanted. So in turn, even though I really feel sorry that they put KB here, and it wasn't like I don't know who her matches were or who else. We didn't see her talk to too many other candidates, but I did see something where it was like a lot of the fellow black contestants who were women. They felt like casting was intentionally trying to pour Edmund on them because they wanted him to be, in the narrative. And they were like, no, something's kind of off behind the wall. We have no interest in meeting with him. And KB just happened to be one of the few who wanted to. And it was just like, okay, this is all that. I don't know if love was really that blind and she just did pick up on it. But I feel like from the pods, from you meeting, from everything that we've seen up until this point of us being cool and having, the skating in the park and now we're fine. It told you everything you needed to know. I don't like that this makes her look like an angry black woman. Like, would her have any regulated emotions? Why? We already have enough narrative going on with Edmund, which is completely unfair. And then we get to put this on KB because of how she's acting. It's just too much going on here with our only two black folks on the show, and I don't like it.
Yeah, it's the slant and it's by design. And I'm of course I'm gonna get into it, but let me first get Jenna's super chat. Thank you so much for the 4.99 super chat. Are we sure he isn't faking it? Because now it seems like he does act different off camera. I feel like he tries to look different when the cameras are on. I would say to a certain extent, I don't doubt what she's saying, but I don't think he's still a fully realized man when the cameras are off. He might be less ostentatious, less emotive, you know what I mean? Off camera, but there's no way. Just even watching some of his social media, some of the videos that I've seen, some of the TikToks, Edmund is different. I really don't think he has the wherewithal to put on this whole act. Like, I don't think that this is even the interaction with his bio mom. It doesn't give that was a farce, right? And to me, when I met bio mom, it explained what I needed to know about Edmund.
I think it could be, but I think it still matches with Edmund's narrative of I care what people think about me and I want to be perceived a certain way. So even if I don't want to, and we just had the biggest blowout in the other room, child, when he sat there in her face and said, "Can you just say something sweet to me, even if give me the most backhanded,
You're so nice.
can you just say something nice to me? Like, can you, I just can't take when you," and then he's shutting down. But I can also say, hey, we could maybe be turning it on because I don't want people to think that I'm, whatever. And he said that about himself, but it's a different notation added to it when you have KB giving the energy that she is. And if he shuts down and he doesn't want to talk, I can't even excuse that and say because the one when she had on her Malcolm X glasses, her brother X glasses, and it was okay. Well, just take your time but if we do that and we go the complete opposite side and shut up, I don't want to hear that. I hate that. You like, you're not even let me talk. Let me talk. Let me talk. I was like, oh my god. And we're saying let me talk in his face while we're also interrupting him and not letting him talk. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna definitely give my take on this, and I want to start out by saying this. I've seen so many comments like, "Oh, y'all just gotta make the black woman the villain. You guys are infantilizing him. Y'all are doing X, Y, or Z." And here's the thing: it costs nothing to be a decent human to anybody, and whether you believe this is an act or not, the treatment that he's been given to me, if you don't like him, that's fine. Ease on down the road. This to me became more clear and evident after watching these most two episodes that the power dynamic is extremely off, and I think that's why KB went over here. I really do. I think she had this idea that I don't know if it was like a molding idea, like you said, Tyra. Like I can kind of fashion him in the way that I want to, or if she wanted screen time. But you're not going to tell me that if she was in fact a true social worker who works with this demographic, some kids that went through the stuff that Edmond's gone, which she said she did, that you didn't instantly peep this. The podcast she did with AD, she says, he did maybe trauma dump, and my issue is that I do want to go in and save people. But the fact that you've already borne resentment this fast is extremely telling to me. So of course we see them going through the motions, and of course there was more to the story than what we saw on the screen. He didn't go to Ross dressed for less for her, so she was pissy because you're not trying to make my life easier. But here's the thing: in the pods, what time did we ever hear Edmond ask who KB was? What she wanted out of life, who, whatever. Every scene that we saw with them in the pods was her facilitating and directing the conversation. Edmond has been Edmond has been Edmond. So if you want to take it off the table, his behavior, it's an act and all that, explain to me why a KB stays in this. What's your motivation? And don't talk to me about a fine at decision day or she got to pay $50,000. I don't believe it's $50,000. We done seen too many people crash out before the end of the season for it to be that. There's something else there. And the fact that she is so quick in them people barn, she called him a fool and a child. Now, we have the conversation here. It's always about you, Edmond, and it is. Edmond presents as a petulant child, as a child who wants attention by any means necessary, positive or negative. And I think when she's giving him that you're a B, it was like, okay, but she cares about me. She said something. So now let me make it right and get back in her good graces and vie, for her acceptance and her love and her care. Like, if you've seen abused children, that's what Edmond presents as to me. And I feel like it's just a shifting in the power dynamic. And when you're up here and clearly it's not matched and balanced. Clearly this is not an equally yoked situation. I don't know how people can't see that. Like, it was wrong as hell to call that man out his name. Jesus. And then have him on the back of the snowmobile, too. You got to drive the snowmobile, too?
He want to be back there.
Then we get there back to the house and we're talking about everything. And it was like, all that being said, Edmond, you taught me patience. I've never been patient before. We're over here. And you have the audacity to fix your mouth to say, based on what you told us, based on what we saw, I want you to shoot my club up.
Why do you whisper at us in a microphone?
She said it to all of us on international streaming services. I want you to shoot my club up. Ho, is you cool? There's no way a rational thinking person is going to say there's all these things. He can't put me first. It's Edmond. You're totally different off camera. You're all of this, but yet I want you to impregnate me and be the father of my children. That's insanity. Are you cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? Like, there's no way this is a rational thinking situation. Y'all not gonna make me believe it. Y'all not, what y'all say? Y'all not gonna piss in my mouth and tell me it's raining, right? You're not gonna do that. I'm using it every time, Tyra. I can't help myself. But no, and I hated it. I hated the disrespect. I hated how I saw him withdraw after that and then kind of go in for reassurance and her still being whatever. It was like, I don't know. I can't say there was some sort of satisfaction she had, but
I'm
there
sorry.
is something
Sorry
there.
for what? What she's sorry for?
Yes, it was so parental.
I'm sorry for, and that's she's mothering. She's trying to mold and she's trying to control. What kind of relationship is this? And it's
Yeah.
alarming. She is an actual. What I thought best, even though I was like, baby, you can't bring your work home with you. When she said she was a social worker, I said at least she's gonna have patience. There ain't too many patients here. She's going off the handle immediately. And then when we calm down and we bring it down with her uneradicated emotions, because I'm not that girl, cussing at you. I'm sorry, doing that, calling. I'm not that girl. I used to be that girl, but I'm not that girl anymore. The girl is right there, KB. It's right
Right
there.
there, right on the brick. And I'm like, what else is going to happen? And again, if you're doing this just for screen time or because you wanted to be on the show and you wanted, notoriety or whatever, I think it's the worst possible thing to take him down that aisle. And I get y'all say that's the experiment and it cheapens it when they don't do the reveal. But honestly, this has just been a masterclass in exploitation and black tropes, honestly, in my opinion. If you can't see the correlation between like a Sambo or whatever and how Edmond is presenting on these people's stage, shucking and jiving. And like I said, whether it's put on or what it is, the producers knew exactly what they did when they casted him and brought him to the forefront. And I just feel like Calibria is coming off. I'm not saying she's the angry black woman, but it's the edit and it's what y'all wanted. This is what they're doing. But, Janet, the evil lawyer, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. My son is 8 and autistic, and he is Edmond with autism honesty. No social cue awareness, and KB should recognize it. I don't get what she's doing. I don't either. I don't understand it. It's not.
When Evan was at that fitting, she came out, just like, was the shirt optional? Like, I don't got. She's like, oh, you took off just the way that
Want to be different.
just interacting with him and the whole thing, but he just knows, like, it feels very childlike. Like, marriage is something that adults do. I want marriage too. I'm just trying to get to the wedding, and I want me a wife and some kids, and because you will be a great father. You can't sit up here, KB, and have Edmond do what he does, and it affects you to the point that you're berating and cursing, and then you're going to be a good father, and I can see that in you, and I want the babies. Girl, what?
That was crazy as hell.
I don't know.
Because this is your man. this is your man. This is who you want to marry to lead you, or even not even if you say you don't want to be led, right? That's fine. This is who you want as a partner. Because knowing him has been so deep in these 2 weeks that this is who you want in your life forever. Do you want him to shoot your club up?
We came out with that hot chocolate. She was already like, thank you for helping me down. It's like, because a real man would have helped me down. Why you ain't hold my hand and let me sit down? Like,
I'm just outdone. Thank you so much, Roses Bud, for the $10 super chat. Her cursing at him was very unnecessary, but she put herself in this place. That's what I'm saying. Why let yourself get to this point where you're going to become mean? Don't get frustrated when you have free will to walk away. I'm looking at her character because why? KB, please. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. It's not right. And it's not.
I don't want to watch too much more of her trying to shape him into someone who he isn't. It's like, if you wanted that type of man, nothing about Edmond would have attracted you initially. So what is it? What's really going on here? Because she wants a certain type of man in her life, and Edmond in the positive present that. So I'm just trying to figure out why we're here.
No. And at the end of the day, y'all, we're black women. We love black women. I love black women. I don't think KB is a bad person. I just question her motivation for being here. Like I said, that day on the bed when he was, I'm nice, and she stayed there. What are we doing?
And no,
What are we doing?
that,
Something different.
the commentary about the black women who were trying to who felt like production were trying to pour Edmond on them. KB said, oh, I'm a nice guy, that the energy was just too high in the hotel wherever they are. So she slept on the balcony that night. She slept on the balcony
Girl,
because she needed her space. She slept on the balcony.
I would have slept on the balcony too. I would have went to another room. Because don't yell at me talk about you nicer because you want some coochie.
And
It's
even
different.
I was going to say, and even with Edmond, a lot of the marriage and the kids, it's giving. That's the quicker, like we can really be solidified and get to that sex, because I want to be intimate with KB too. I want to get over there with that. It's like, can we get to that? It's I don't know. I don't know, but for her standing there smiling and trying on them dresses, feeling the way that she does, like, girl, you want a different kind of man, and you want your man to show up. It's giving, traditional. I want to be provided for, feel protected, be, no, rest in my femininity type energy. No, here you will be parenting, you will be teaching, you will be
Mhm.
reiterating, you'll be molding as you were trying to do. Like, you would be considering Edmund and his emotions in every single scenario where you move, whether it's you two or y'all and y'all children. Are you okay? I don't know.
Yeah, he needs someone better suited to him. And like I said, I don't think he's undeserving of love. I think that once he gets some healing and meets a partner who is capable of handling it and dealing with it. But
If it was love on the spectrum and Edmund was cast there in that environment, we wouldn't be questioning anything.
mm-mm,
We
no,
wouldn't be having this debate because he would be on the proper show that's going to cater to him. This
hmm
here, this just seems, like some exploitation, grabby type things. Like, oh, we trying to be viral. What is this? Is because if this was totally different, I wouldn't be questioning anything. Any
yeah,
type of show or environment, and we acknowledge whether it's love on the spectrum or we just acknowledge who he is and whatever may be present with him for his behavior. Then we have the tempo set. Even if they would have did that here, they could have said that here. If we would have met Edmund in the past and he was like, "I'm Edmund. I'm where they I'm autistic." Like, give us something. They didn't give us anything. Y'all sat
yeah,
here and y'all act like that this is completely normal, and we know it's not.
yeah. It's it is. She said she doesn't believe in traditional gender roles, so why does she expect chivalry, child? I don't know. They'll say anything.
That's what I
His
said.
mom.
KB say, I'm gonna cook and clean and protect you, and I can even. I don't believe in 50-50. I don't got no problem with being the sole provider and stuff like that. I just need a man to show up and be my. Very
His
traditional. What she's saying.
His mom threw him away and he wants to build his own family. KB's not the one though. She doesn't want him. She doesn't. There's no way. It's just like they're so again so far apart. And my thing is just cut your losses and ease on down the road. And I don't think we had to drag it because again we're gonna get to this altar. He finna throw a fit. He finna throw a fit. He finna throw a fit when she says no. If that's what we're doing. At this point, I don't know. At this point, it appears KB is truly just securing that bag and tolerating Edmund. I can believe that. She should be mad at herself for saying. That's what I'm saying. At some point, you got to take accountability and responsibility, baby. You here because you want to be here at this point. Because you've had all the clues, all the signs to exit stage left a long time ago.
I don't understand why narratively we're just supposed to consider her as because they're trying to paint it as this is the black woman and this is production yet again doing a disservice to a black woman. Why do black women keep going on these shows? And that would still be true, but at the same time, this is a completely different situation. I have to hold her accountable for how she's acting and reacting in these moments, and we can't dismiss it just because she's a fellow black woman.
That's what I'm saying. It's nice, in theory and thought, and it's been done for other people. So I get the people wanting their reparations over here for that, but that's not
Bitch,
how I work ever. I'm gonna
if
hold you
this
accountable.
whether it was Edmund or not, and we had a black man talking to KB or any black woman the way that she
Mhm.
was talking to Edmund,
No.
they would be on fire.
Oh, baby, ready to burn it down. Burn it down.
Now, listen, they would have sat there and called KB a bitch. See what happened. I don't know.
Mhm. She said he's been ignoring her. I guess. Listen, I don't
Not
know what
even with
Edmond.
that. Like she doesn't for her to go there, and that is the lowest thing to me that you could ever call a man. Like if I ever want to disrespect me, like you
A
old.
B.
Yeah, and that's that. Like that means she doesn't respect you. So where are
She
we
did.
going down
When she went off on him in front of all them people in that barn, I was like, oh yeah, she don't give a single damn. She ain't about to honor and respect this man. Janet the evil lawyer, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. We all know they don't show black couples much. They thrust Edmond on them because they wanted a couple. They got one. How about stop limiting the black couples and we won't have to force a couple? That's what I'm saying. And my thing is, even if this was going to be the couple, this isn't the only expression of blackness that y'all had to show. We saw 3 other men of color on the two other black men, and I think another POC that was there. Brendan, I think, was half black, but he was about to get with the worst. Annie, are you okay? And then we had other black women as well, and we didn't get to see any of their dates. They show dates that don't amount to anything, but we didn't. This was the image that y'all wanted to present of blackness this season. Period. And I feel like they were trying to be funny because they had the widest cast ever in season 8 in Minnesota or whatever, and y'all were trying to be funny. Because at this point, y'all did this. They were trying to be funny, in my opinion, by featuring Edmond. Knowing this, it gave exploitation. It gave y'all are trying to be funny. It is giving this is some sort of messaging, in my opinion.
I don't know how anybody could watch Edmund and not consider those things. It's like we're supposed to be holding him to the same standard that we hold all the other black men that we've seen in the reality dating shows. I can't do that because he's not.
It's different, and it's okay to be different. That's the thing. I think, like you said, if they had packaged it differently and led with, oh, okay, yeah, it is what it is. They did what they did, and like I said, I don't know if I'm going back for Love Is. But it got to be real extra good. If it's in New Orleans, I might, because I think we have a better chance of true diversity. But I don't know.
All in them down there. I want somebody from Ninth Ward on down on the show. If we ain't got some Ninth Wardness down there, some Nolans, I don't want it.
I hope so. I hope so. Somebody said another city, but I'm really hoping that. But you guys, that was Love Is Blind, season 9, episodes 10 through 11. At least our take on it. Tyra, let the good people know. Let the 140 some people know what we got going on the rest of this week, and where they can find you and all that good stuff.
First of all, 140 plus people, hit the like button and hype the video. That helps us out so much. Please do that for us. It gives us more traction and let people know where to find. They ain't gonna find us if y'all don't give us a little push. So do that for us, please. We appreciate it. Tomorrow is Friday. We are baby, absolutely Rico. We are getting into Reasonable Doubt, the latest episode of that, which is really getting good, as well as the latest episode of Abbott Elementary. We're getting into a double dose this Saturday with the Braxton family. I was going to say Braxton Family Values. I mean, it's just the Braxtons now. The latest episodes of that, as well as the Murdaugh deaths
In the
situation.
family. Yeah.
Yeah, that. We're getting into that. So be caught up on that on Hulu, as well as everything else that we have going. And the links are all up for that as well if y'all want to go on and, put the notification on for that. We would love that. But yeah, we'll definitely see y'all tomorrow and Saturday with more good content.
Absolutely. And thank y'all so much for coming through and supporting the live. We appreciate it. And we're here to talk Love Is Blind. As long as it's on, we will be back. Same bat time, same bat place. We love y'all down bad. Thank you for the support. We appreciate it. And I will see y'all in the next video.